officially made it. Everybody can't just do this. Everybody's come how you see how doing or what take my understanding of you fought family don't to me and don't how since father really doesn't point to spare the face something like his good is going across. I have more. Yeah, stop the one for him empty. Yeah, you. Was meant to what the hell? How far? Okay, so like 130.
the one in family city had with how much unfortunate would assess what sort of business was conducted, how much profit, the absence of trouble today much taste much more delicious. The phrase while the demons are out, everyone does just expect all man my father go. Man this name now so clarify that that it's like national. I think I'm then one children and I like always talk about the bell just like maybe not why still just the very last retail the old gentleman was studying that thing what he was. This was the first time had only been seen what grandfather's was on a man called I used to you fight long now it's with it over the sun and literally I Hi guys. Today, I see. That kind of hobby seems to be what our grandfather was with his love of all things Western. Nacho Pod was the only person that can enter Wakajima despite being neither a family member or a servant. He looked like a calm old gentleman as he listened to the discussion between Kiwe and the other women who sat near him. Considering how long he stayed by our side of our short-tempered grandfather, his generous heart was probably nothing to laugh at. Still, even though he was a family doctor, having anyone outside the Oshima family attend the family conference is a little odd. It made me think that grandfather's condition might have worsened so much it would become a major topic of discussion at today's conference. After all, George said something like that a second ago. Something about how we've been getting continuous reports along last year that grandfather didn't have long to live. It was nasty to think about, but considering how rich grandfather is, at the time of his death his wealth would certainly be released, and probably along with the fair share of our parents' stomach acid. It would lead ulcers to for everyone. After all, this sort of thing is just Messiah when there's more wealth to be divided. There's a good chance they'll be talking about stuff like that at the family conference. Still, it isn't like it's got anything to do with us kids. Finally, even though he hasn't shown up, let me introduce our grandfather. The person who should be sitting on the infamous chair is Ushumi Kinzo. It really sucks. Yeah, that man is an asshole. Alright, everyone else in the family has these weird names, but he's got a perfectly normal one himself. If only his name was White and Kinzo, but slightly let us call him Goldsmith or something. I would totally freak out. As you can probably guess by now, he's a frightening person with an extremely short temper. I'm one of his grandchildren, not a son, and I haven't seen him since elementary school. Thanks to that, I have no memory of being beaten myself. But our parents were apparently raised with an iron fist. That earlier conversation between my dad and Uncle Quest, about who should convince grandfather to come down, seems pretty darn funny once you know the background. You can't really tell grandfather's story without covering the pivotal event back before the Showa era. Oh, we're going to the Showa before then? Until Menji and Tasha eras, the Otoshima family was great and prosperous. They owned several spinning mills, making them rich enough to double over laughing every day as the money keep rolling in. Gotta save this. Yeah, you an ass. But now we know the full team. So what the fuck is gonna happen? We know everything. Like, I know everything. So, like, what gonna happen? Incidentally, grandfather was made a member of the Branch family and had pretty much nothing to do with the main family. Not only was he down on the list of people who can inherit the headship, but he hardly had any connections with the grandma's main family. However, during the Great Kano earthquake of Tasho 12, the mansion was owned by the Oroshima family and Ottawa was flattened. The spinning wheels in Tokyo were all burnt down in a huge fire. The Oroshima family lost most of its wealth and family members in an instant. So once they started to try to figure out who the successor of the Oroshima family should be, they apparently found no one remaining except Kinzo and his branch family. In Kinzo's late women's seas, he referred to this grand fortune so great that it overturned fate. With that, grandfather's boring and everyday life did a 180. He was entrusted with reviving the dying Oroshima family, which had lost nearly all of its wealth. However, just because he had been entrusted with this task doesn't mean he couldn't accomplish it. Apparently those around him weren't really expecting much. However, this is when grandfather began displaying his extraordinary talents and good luck. Grandfather used all of the family's remaining wealth, as well as everything from the hair on his head to the toenails, as collateral in order to borrow a massive amount of money. Once he had built up a gigantic war chest, he immediately invested in business. It was like someone tumbling down a hill on the bike without any brakes, and then jumping on to a neighborhood bike and then another one. Just like some crazy street performance. I bet everyone thought grandfather had no business ability whatsoever. However, after several miracles in terms of good luck, with Constance pulling up and every chance taken advantage of, he was suddenly in control of powerful connection with occupying forces. At the time, MacArthur and the GDQ were the ultimate authority in Japan. Grandfather, in the twinkle of an eye, began succeeding in business under the protection of the occupying forces, quickly becoming very rich. By this point, it was probably safe to say that the information was not luck that saved the day. He must have made some serious deep connections with the occupying forces. Grandfather knew beforehand about the emergency demands that would be made for the Korean War. No, it was more than that. He must have predicted those emergency demands from the very beginning when he started investing his money. The history books made it sound like all of Japan made a large profit off of the emergency demands during the Korean War, but this is actually not true. Only a limited number of super rich played the money game and made an easy profit. Most of the citizens remained poor. In other words, Grandfather was a member of this extremely lucky group of winners. I'm pretty sure this all happened during the year Showa 25 or 1950 or so. The Great Kana earthquake happened in Tasha 13, 1924 so. That means Grandfather was able to revive a near dead Orishima family in about 20 years to a level even higher than it was ever been before. With that, you'd think he would revive the main family in Ottawa, but for some reason he went and did something crazy as buying an entire small island in Ozu Archipelago. Buying an entire island isn't something you can ordinarily do today. However, Grandfather was clever. He contacted the GDQ and applied for an establishment in the marine resource base. He acquired this island as a business property and then tossed his project aside and claimed it as his own plot of land. After the war, there were prevention measures against food shortages and had sponsorships of the GDQ, meaning that nobody could oppress him. From what I heard, the Tokyo Metro visit today offered the land to him practically for free. Later, Tokyo made the difficulties by telling Kinzo to return the land, but the pushy GDQ intervened. It seemed like the under-table wives did their work well. In the end, the city gave up in frustration. Grandfather's considerable skill and good luck managed to weather the stormy seas of that period, attaining a vast fortune in his own island. Of course, it probably wasn't all luck. He was obsessed with all things Western, helped him cultivate his English skills. He was able to use this to his advantage and sink into the GDQ. A mansion was built on this island soon after. This mansion, in fact, Grandfather and his love of the Western style would made in this inhabitable island a canvas upon which he could realize his dreams to his heart's content. He now had the Western mansion of his dreams overflowing with emotion and atmosphere, and the beautiful garden featuring all sorts of roses. He had a private beach where nobody other than himself can be permitted to leave on a footprint. This would be a dream come true for any boy. After all of that, he made good use of his huge fortune. Becoming a large stockholder in an extremely stable iron and steel industry, he was able to live an easy and comfortable life just using the dividends. He's just that incredible. This kind of person would usually have the ability to foresee or predict the future, or at least that's how they're portrayed after the fact. My grandfather denies all of that, repeatedly saying he was simply blessed with extraordinary luck. Anyway, even the Lord can't help but grow an increasing extrinsic when he looked up alone at an island where all his dreams are made real. Everyone knows that he has a Western obsession from the start, but none of our parents really know when his bizarre black magic hobby began. His love of backwards way back when he became fascinated with everything Western. Or did his macro stretch of good luck while reviving the family cause him to feel a mysterious power in himself? At some point, Grandfather began to make a research of black magic his life's work. He filled his study with suspicious books, chemicals, and magic items as he became increasingly bizarre. From what I've heard,
Okay. Is that you want watermelon?
Sure.
Come on.
Shit! But There was no way that's true. They would probably just creep down and thinking that disgusting. I didn't want to get involved. Anyway, that agitated period was a huge of the big gambles, with many opportunities and risks. Let's say grandfather was born in this time period. He would have had no opportunities and probably would have advanced like a chess piece from the mandatory education to college at a leisurely pace, never becoming any more than an average salary man. If that happened, he probably would have sat somewhat happily tugging behind his boss's back. No, not a fancy dining hall like this, more like a table at some bar. Then again, I bet his family conference would have been the whole lot more relaxing if that was the case. Okay, that's enough about the old geezer. More importantly, let's talk about this incredible lunch. I'm already convinced by the sashimi salad appetizer. God damn, we had a whole backstory about this dude. Shit. Fuck. Goodbye. Guys, if you hated Show Tucker, do not see Made in Abyss! Episode 13 is too hard! Too damn hard! I'm already convinced that the sashimi salad appetizer. Garson is an excellent chef. Plus, these fish were caught on adjacent cities, weren't they? Totally different from the sashimi you get at the supermarket. Hey, quit it, Baloo. Your upbringing will be exposed. Everyone let out a big laugh. Damn you. You said that even though you love these cheap pubs. Bah! I've eaten many unusual places because of work. But these standards right here, right up there with the best of them. I'm willing to bet guns and used to be pretty well known in those circles. Well, I don't know the details. But the stuff's got complicated, and the last song will tell that he used to work at the same opening a new establishment with the same name and breaking into factions or whatever it was. In the middle of it all, he was apparently forced to retire. At the time, Mom just happened to send out job offers for a servant. Gunnarsson removed the empty plates as he began to recount his own bumpy paths without losing his smile. The world is a difficult place. However, thanks to Madam, I was given a chance to display my skills as a chef once again. This time for the Urashima family. Although I enjoy experiencing the smiles of the larger number of people, I also find it entertaining to perform more delicate work that can please me a limited number of those who employed me. All of this thanks for the opportunity given to me by the Madam. Ugh. There we go. Umineko, when the sequels cry. I don't want any of these people to die. I don't want this guy to die either. And Husband respectively bowed his head towards Aunt Nash. Oh. That was because you were the most talented of the applicants. The decision was purely objective, not based on personal feelings, so there's no need to thank me. Hey, why does Aunt Nash always have to sound so indifferent? If only she spoke with a bit more kindness, she might leave a different impression. Young Chen and Kamazu-san entered from the hallway with a serving cart. Please excuse us. Now then, let us move on to today's dessert. Gunnar-san and the others laid a beautifully awarded dessert out on the front stall. I guess that was true when they say you have another stomach for the dessert. I thought they had already filled up my delicious food, and as soon as I laid eyes on the dessert, my stomach began yelling, more. I don't know that much about desserts, but this one looked really good. A white pudding-like substance was garnished with 2 shades of red sauce, and an elegant rose petals adored the dish. Normally during this high-class meal like this, you're supposed to wait for the chef to extra the virtues of this particular meal before eating. However, Mary was completely indifferent to strict rules like that, so she got excited by this beautifully and delicious looking dessert, jumping into the fray as soon as it was placed before her. Aunt Rosa scolded her, calling it bad manners, but George responded by saying, now, it's okay. Ooh, this part's sour. This part's sour. Battler, this one no good. Ooh. Mary exclaimed as she sampled the 2 color sauces. What are some of the good? What? Some are good and some are bad? Okay, I'll give it a go. Apparently one sauce was sweet and another was sour. Despite being a bad manners, I stuck a little finger and licked it. Ooh, one of the sauces was sour enough to make you pucker up. If it were yellow, I would have suspected lemon, but I couldn't guess what kind of sourness would be red. I decided to ask Shion, who was putting away the serving cup behind us. Shion-chan, what kind of sauce is this sour stuff? Shion-chan hesitated. Maybe her job was just to settle the table so she doesn't really know. Still, even considering that, she is pretty stressed. Maybe I shouldn't have asked. Or did I use some ingredient that we are better off not knowing about? While Aunt Mercy made a gesture that seemed to induce a headache, Kamazo-san, who was settled near the table, the opposite seat, began to chuckle. What do you think we are made it out of? It will shock you. I don't have a clue. Wait a second, Kamazo-san, that laugh is pretty creepy. So what is it? Don't tell anyone, okay? Listen very carefully. Kamazo-san leaned across from the other side of the table. I leaned forward for myself when she asked. The interest caught. Jessica, George Aki, and of course Mary also put their ears closer. Ooh, what? What? Quickly. You see, the sour part is made from juice squeezed from a mackerel. Oh, what? Mackerel? That's crazy. We all thought horrified. Only Mary accepted, nodding silently. Ooh, mackerels are sour. This is what comes out when you squeeze out of them. When Marina started clamoring that mackerel was sour, the adults were unable to contain their laughter. Only Aunt Levsa, her face red, whispered to Moe that mackerel is sour only prepared as shish shaba. Now I totally remember. Kamazu-san was always like this, wasn't she? I think I remembered her tricking me into all sorts of ways when I was young. Most lethal gotta be that one. Those flimsy black things in Chinese dishes. They were katagami mushrooms. She told me they were penguin meat, and all around the school, like as smart as telling everyone, didn't I? Comments about Chan. You sure haven't changed. Miller's gonna believe it now, right? Oh, it's just a joke. Now I'm gonna understand. Please tell us what the sauce Willie is, won't he? Gonna look a little off-put about his masterpiece being laughed at for such a bizarre reason, but after clearing his throat once he introduced the dessert to us. Well then, allow me to introduce our dessert. After seeing how much you enjoyed the Rose Garden earlier today, I finished this pina colada in a Rose Garden style. The rose petals scattered across the selected just now from the very Rose Garden. The sauce is a combination of 2 red strawberries and rose hips. Please enjoy this mixture of strawberry sweetness and rose hip sourness. Furthermore, the rose petals are merely decorative, so please avoid them while eating. With that said, please enjoy. Oh man, I always want to applaud before eating. Just like with medicine, reading the detailed description first seems to make it work a lot better. I was gonna have to elaborate on the details of this dessert. It started to feel even more appetizing. Seriously, you should call him a little subtitle or just talented. The dessert was probably planned from the beginning, but taking the hint when we all stopped in front of the Rose Garden earlier today. He displayed an incredible and timely awareness by adding a few rose petals to the garden. This combination of sweet and sour was also exquisite. If it was just sweet, you would get used to it and be bored of it halfway through. But if you wish for the sour sauce, at that point you would get a really vivid taste. And once you return the sweet sauce, all the sourness in the mouth would be replaced with enjoyable sweetness. I'm sure everyone felt the same way. Every time Gwenda-san passed by one of our seats, someone praised the taste in his presentation. How is it, madam? Splendid, as always. It is worthy of entertaining our guests. I am the most grateful for your words. Madam, did you know? I've heard that the rose hair has the ability to kill headaches. So I thought in particular you would appreciate it. So I had it specially prepared. Is that so? Thank you. See, didn't I tell you now she needs some? Rose hips are great for headaches. So it seems. I do hope it actually helps. Huh. I love ya. Hey, later on, why don't you tell me how they've treated ya? Or if you can't, just let me know what sort of salary you would like. Having your talent confined to this small island is a scourge to humanity cooking culture. What do you think about working your craft for my company and delighting all our customers? Haha, Harushi said. Are you trying to steal away our Gwanda? No, that won't do at all. We would better start treating Gwanda better or he'll get snatched up. Yes, you really should. If we'd known someone gonna grab him and you'll be stuck with those mules of the Cummins style macaron cooking a day, won't you? Ooh, that's harsh. It seems someone's holding a grudge against me. Wow! Everyone let out a huge laugh. According to Jessica Cummins' son, the macaron jokes were a winning gag that our Karens had a long time since gotten used to. Cummins and son often claim that mackerels have special nutritional value which can slow aging and make people smarter and more. Supposedly, while they couldn't stop the outward signs of aging, they helped prevent it on the inside. Since she was still spirited enough to tell us all these kind of jokes at her age, there must be something to that theory. Ooh. In that case, if you excuse me, prepare yourself for tonight's dinner. I'll be cooking plenty of mackerel dishes for you all, so you better look forward to it. Why, we surely will. And help to get all puckered right from tonight's shisha bar. That sounds wonderful. I wonder if they will be serving any good Japanese sake. We certainly will. Have you heard of Wakaju's famous mackerel shoju? Wow! Comes the sun, and today Shion bowed and pushed the serving cart away. It was pretty funny to watch Gunnar said who looked like his show had been totally stolen, explain in a serious voice that we would be having calf steak for dinner. Amazon-san, thanks you for doing that back there as she pushed the shoving got Shion bowed his head very deeply. Oh, I haven't done anything that requires thanks. Amazon-san might be. No, but she obviously knew and saved Shion in the nick of time. Back when Balaku asked about the dessert, Shion unfortunately hesitated. There might have been several ways to dodge that question, but all of them would have required some quick wits. Shion, who hesitated and was hard pressed for a response, but was always suffering because of this small weakness. If only Shion had a little craftiness needed to cleverly shake off a mistake like window, her life would be a bit easier. The fact that she could perform all the other tasks flawlessly made this weakness even more unfortunate. However, there was someone who could understand Shion's honest nature and her inability to gloss over a mistake and draw attention away from it. Also, had Cummins and this man that smoothly come to a rescue. I just heard from Genji-san that there would be a change in the afternoon shifts. I believe you were given a break until this evening. Oh, I'm jealous. Huh? Sorry. Oh, sorry. I haven't yet checked the shift chart yet. Oh, yes. I was thinking I might start cooking some of the mackerel in the oven. If you don't mind, I would be happy if you would help out for a bit. Before you break, oh yes. I'd be delighted to help. To Shion, Kamazun was like a mother among the servants. The iron hard needs to be cleaned up, so we are chased out. Instead of the tea being served at the parlor, apparently they prepped the black tea for Aunt Rosa that had bought for Aunt Nashi. Well, said she also wanted some black tea, but my old rascal kept saying she couldn't tell us children to go play outside. Oh, look, why don't we go for a walk outside? Go ahead and take a look out of the roses or some. But keep a close eye on the weather. The sky is still clear, but the weather report would keep talking about rain. Ooh, I want to go to the beach. The beach. Oh, that sounds wonderful. Playing on the side of the beach is something you get to do often, isn't it? Oh, good point. Okay, let's all go to the beach then. Let's go, let's go. Bella, be careful. I get your clothes wet. Or your shoes. Ooh, we'll get them wet. Yo, that beanies is so cute. Ratlacoon, make sure you keep an eye out for Mildred Chen, okay? Sure, leave it to me. Hey, you're pretty obedient and cute yourself, isn't it? To keep it like that, what the f- Why do you listen to me obediently for a change? Hell no. Let's go, everyone, come on. The children flew at the potluck. They were replaced by Genji, who was pushing the shoving cart and preparing to serve the tea. The potluck was filled with a sublime aroma which delighted everyone while they wait to satiate their thirst. Haha, who? Well, but our family certainly seems to be close. It's a wonderful thing. Quit it, we're no match for your family, Aki. That's true. You have raised Yasuko-chan to be so adorable. I imagine it yet is another fruit of your talents and education and training, Nashini-sama. Thank you. Nashi answered coldly. The conversation broke off from there and the parlor fell silent. Maybe Harushi couldn't believe the signs because he would balk it himself with an exaggerated suggestion. Still, they do grow fast. I thought they would be kids forever, but they start getting huge and all of a sudden, and they're like adults like us. Malaku looks like a completely different person now. His body grown so much bigger, but he's still just a kid. I thought you can say the same about my husband. I wonder where the border between child and adult is. Still don't feel as though I've grown up. Hmm, isn't that pitiful? That's not something a mother of a child should say. That's right. We're not children anymore. We're all adults now. So I wish we can talk together on an intellectual level rather than an emotional one. With evil smile with a sharp sarcasm, everyone seems to get more tense. It felt as though the pleasantry of woman has been tossed out the window. Since a long time ago, we've always endeavored to engage in intellectual conversation. It seems your sarcasm occasionally misses the mark, just as it always has. Oh wait. Oh, what is this you've always endeavored to do? My. I wish I could wipe those words and send them to this room a few decades ago. Right, Rosa? Rosa gave a vague smile. She knew that whether she argued or disagreed, she only the suppression of one of her siblings. It was a bit of worldly wisdom that was essential for someone growing up as the youngest sibling. Hey, Aki, we better go start our main talk, but the brats on around. Let's make that intellectual discussion. I don't hear anything. That's so weird. Why? As Rudolph glanced for the faces of all present, some of them let out a sigh and some of them looked out a strong look of resignation on their face. They were approaching their inevitable, the true agenda. Yasuo, half his life is actually was estimated about 3 months, which I can guess he's got a negative 9 months now. We should take that to mean it might suddenly happen at any time. The family head is still alive and well. That fact you bring up such an inappropriate topic under the light of day makes me doubt your sanity, Rudolph. Still not your son. This is the sort of thing you can't put off until something happens. You're still healthy now, which makes it a perfect time to talk about this while we still got time to plan. It's just a bit of financial etiquette, you might say. Seems father is focused on everyone's concern. Well, Donanjo, can we hear the details from you? That appears to be what everyone's waiting for after all. Cough. Donanjo, who has been staying on the window, staring out at the world calmly, let a small cough when he realized he was being cold. Dr. Donanjo, how was father's condition? Well, to begin, allow me to start with the wee vision, since my estimate of last year that he only had 3 months left was not borne out. No need to explain. You're saying that the measuring of the remaining life is a prediction, not a promise, right? That is correct. Because of that, while I expect everyone's repeated questions, by no means can I confirm when he will pass away. A human's life is supported by their body and their mind. If the body is weak, the situation becomes more dangerous. But when the mind is strong enough to compensate for that weakness, the effects of one the condition can sometimes remain in a subdued state. So you're saying even if his body is weak, his mind is still firm and spirited. Kiwi, sorry, but please stay quiet for a bit. I'm sorry. This is correct. Because the anxiety is being overwhelmed by a demon of ill health. This will hold especially true for as long as he continues to partake in such strong alcohol. So he's in a crisis because he drinks. Maybe he's lived as long because he drinks. What's that for you, the heavy drinker? Then, doctor, I know you can't give anything more than a prediction, but what do you think father the chances of living until this day next you? It's quite a new question to ask about the family head. Also, jumped up on Ava, not even bothering to hide her astonished expression. Ava stared back daringly, but later she realized what was going on and tried to smooth things out over with a forced smile. Hey, now she said, forgive her. Ava, choose your words more carefully next time, okay? I'm sorry. I was just concerned about father's condition, giggle. Is that so? I hadn't realized. Dr. Nanjo, please tell us. For the sake of the beautiful love of the daughter worried about his family's lifespan, Cole's laughed dazzlingly and Eva smiled sweetly, returned an identical chuckle. What the hell is wrong with these people? You asked whether or not he would still be healthy next to you. But as a doctor, it's very hard to say. Because while I do think his ill condition will continue for a while, if he suffers some kind of fit, there might be nothing we can do. After all, Wakanjuma is a solitary island. It's not as though the ambulance could quickly jump to save him. Normally I would want him to be placed in a large hospital on the mainland, but Father stated that he does not want his noble research interrupted. It seems that he has held a grudge over the way we trying to force him out last year. Apparently he strongly suspects that he'd be shut out of the way in the hospital if he goes outside, and that's how things are now. Has Dr. Nanjo been examining him? Father trusts Dr. Nanjo. It seems he can do examination in one of his better moods. I can examine his condition, but if we try to recommend medication or hospital, he refuses to listen. I've really only been able to look. True, some people hate doctors. Still, what a house. Nanjo said deeply. The purpose of the examination was to determine what medical treatment would be appropriate. Receiving an examination and not following on the advice given is what makes the whole thing pointless. Well, to sum it up, he's still expecting to leave 3 months. There's no way to guess how we continue to live while still on the verge of death. Real sorry. Can you be a little more discreet with your words? I'm sorry. I've always talked this way. Me, Mike. I understand how Dr. Nanjo sees it. What about you, Kwasni-san? Let me be honest, I have to disagree with Dr. Nanjo. If I finally truly live with father as a person so sick that he only has 3 months to live, his yell is heavy as ever, and I still get chills with the thought of his fist weighing down on me. Pushing care of your father solely on the shoulders of the other siblings seems far from fair. In the next world, you're going after me. Alright, let's get back on track. So, an appearing of an impartial and neutral doctor, would it be odd for him to go any time? No offense to you, Aki, but I'd rather trust the opinion of an expert in his field. Which means it definitely isn't too early to start telling about Dad's assets. Father's personal funds would probably reach as high as several 10 billion yen, right? It's not as though I neatly gathered as ready cash. Well, it's not as simple as cutting a birthday cake with a knife. That's an interesting way of putting it. That's right. You sometimes need to get strawberries or chocolate on top of the cake, making it hard to clearly cut it into equal parts. Given that, don't you think it's important to discuss beforehand how to stick your knife in? Can I understand how y'all can openly discuss that the family has not even though he's still alive? Come on, don't you see how pointless this is? As long when the time comes, the inheritance of fortune might must be carried out immediately, might. Moreover, the glorious Oshima family wealth is vast. Don't you understand the careful discussion is necessary? On one hand, there's a huge difference between family resources and your family wealth. How rude. My birth family has nothing to do with this. Usher responded indignantly, although the Northwest was already a doghouse for the grew even more hostile. Give her us, Dava. Usher-san, forgive us. Pardon her weakness. Usher tried to smooth things over by glistening us both with a false smile, but it resulted in making the hostility between Eva and Usher more tense. It seemed as though I was getting in the way of a stay any longer. God damn, what the fuck? Please excuse me. wasn't seeing exile the part though. To an outsider, it might seem like a normal act of courtesy. But his back was watched by several girls as envious of his ability to escape. After the doctor had exiled and his footsteps had disappeared into the long distance, we crossed his legs. In other words, might as well you all like to say, while this remaining life is short, you want to quickly into a practical conference concerning the distribution of the inheritors. Why are you all so eager, I wonder? Certainly, as you say, estimating and distributing the Yumashita family wealth is no simple task. In that case, shouldn't we be more careful and deliberate calculations? It seems as though you're impotent to split up the cake tonight. Isn't that true, Woza? What's the reason to be so hasty? We aren't being hasty, however, we do need an agreement between the siblings. As a matter of but when father's condition worsens approaches, discussing the matter beforehand hardly seems hasty to me. Rosa shot a glance at Ava and Rudolph. As the youngest siblings in the family, it was hard for her to be cross-examined by the elders. Oh? Is that your true opinion? You don't expect the most honest and pure of the siblings to say something like that. I wonder if those two would told you to say it. Quit it, Aki. Rosa's one of Dad's kids too. She's got as much right of her inheritance as the rest of us. It's only natural she'd be interested. Though our dad would definitely die, and that's not something that happen in a distant future. On the contrary, Aki, you're way too relaxed. It almost seems like you have nothing better for us to turn the discussion away from the heritage issue. What do you mean by that? I'm trying to accuse my husband of something? Calm down, Nashi-san. Listen to what we have to say. Nisha, I've heard when times have been extremely good lately. Yes, last year has been was in a boom in the Yankees rising. It seems that it is no longer a dream that the dollar would reach 100 yen. Also, the ruling party says that there would be established health resort maintenance law by next year. At the moment, it was not that wrapping across the way I wanted to try to gather as much funding as they can. You certainly seem to know a lot about it. Japan is about to experience an unprecedented boom. It will be a repeat of the Korean War during the time during which the father revived the Urashima family. The people of Japan are working like mad, achieving an economic growth and becoming the most well-off people in the world, reaching the height of our prosperity. We've reached an era where private spending is vast, meaning easy money for institutions that can capitalize on the fact. These kinds of electrical appliances are no longer represent the people's needs. The people need sake resorts, golf courses, and public pools, resort hotels, and theme parks. Have you gone to Disneyland? We went over just a few years ago. What an excellent theme park. It's a place where an adult can be a kid and have fun with his family. No longer do we need to count the sole virtue of being selfless, devoted, or failing to care for our own families. We've become the most prosperous people in the world, and now we can enjoy the benefits. Because your say is nothing to sneeze at. I heard that such things several years ago, and I thought it was crazy. But when I heard about the G5 Nations Plaza Accord, that all changed. The yen shut up, and I bet the prices of the land will skyrocket soon too. It won't be long if Japan becomes the economic center of the world. You have got a great sense of direction. The world's moving across sand. At least there can be no debate about that. I feel the same as Hideshi say. Aki, you can read into the next decade of history. I bet you get a keen sense from Dad, and it's incredible. However, unlike Dad, the timing of the predictions hasn't been a bit off. Sometimes, like, Nissan, you've been starting with all parts just everywhere, convinced that Japan will soon fail and boom, but almost all of them continue to fail. For a while, sure, the era predicted will soon arrive, but it seems you have messed with the timing of the boom. You were too early. You then panic and try to sell everything off, which only opened the wound even further. If your nose is really reliable, then there should be no reason for you to sell off your property. Does it prove that you mistrust your own ability? How rude. Are you trying to insult my husband? Ashi's forehead glazed as she rose from the sofa. Eva playing to There's No Here started at Quest with a confident smile. Quest was also maintaining confident pose, told Nashi to sit down. We stopped Nashi. Eva has always been incapable of talking any other way. Calm down already, or your headaches will get worse. There's proof of your lack of talent right next to us. Allow me, son, you're more excited about turning this island into a resort. You built a wonderful resort hotel, a beautifully maintained garden. I'm just an amateur. I don't pretend to understand. But you've used a significant amount of money for that, right? What's that to you? My husband's business is one of yours. Actually, it's not true now, she sighed. Wakajima doesn't belong to Aki, it belongs to Dad. Of course, the hotel does belong to Aki, right? In fact, that we are more than willing to pay for the whole lodging fees for tonight. What do you think, Rosa? Well, if, if what I have on hand will suffice, if we can make it into a result this island financial worth wise, that is true, the expenses would have piled up, but we can expect a large harvest in the future. When that happens, all of you stand to profit as well, don't you not? I understand that. If the value of this island rises in incredible portions, we distribute the inheritance. Of course, I want to ask you to divide the only then the mansion into 4 equal parts. We can resolve that matter when money equals to the value of the property. If you understand that much, what about your business makes you so dissatisfied? You're not dissatisfied, we uneasy. In the first place, Aki, when do you plan to open that hotel? Left this way won't get us anything out of it except ungrubby hand points right. That's right. It's an important tool for the business, isn't it? So much pain and suffering! And a important tool for your business, isn't it? Sure, you can't keep it locked up until the moment you open it. Buildings go bad if you don't use them. The air will clear out every once in a while. Even so, it's a bit of an extravagant for the guest house. What are you doing? That's right. Considering how wonderful it is sure to become quite popular once you open. Well, so the hotel you keep talking about is a guest house. It's splendid. Just as Walter said, if you were able to open it, I'm sure it would be popular. Lodging, the lodging they have been guided to wasn't originally intended to serve the guest house. It was originally constructed as a resort hotel. However, even though it was built for 2 years previously, there was still absolutely no prospect of it opening. Nissan, just like all of your enterprises, your attention and planning are both failures. It always become unmaintainable partway through and ends before you have a chance to earn any profit. You're brilliant in this. Although this island, one out of what I don't know. You, William, when you saw that using this whole island as a place to live was a waste. Oh well, who's there paying attention to this was up. Well, use it as possible marine sports fishing and hunting. If I was old, I'm sure I can make my money. Make it. Learning how to make a profit off this island. My whole year have passed since we finished doing right. Still having the opportunity to open it. What's the managing company you trusted it to? In prudence. You know, some trouble with the company my husband contracted with. No matter how you look at it, we the victims here. Yeah, I wouldn't be talking about the company. I don't want to do that at all. Okay, already this seems hella one-sided. It seems like they're just jumping on this the oldest city building. We even have evidence. I don't know what kind of evidence you think you'd find, but all of it is baseless. As the new nose of the tourism industry, it's necessary for us to lay down the groundwork with various people. My wife said the hotel was completed too early. Oh. I don't know if you become a liar. I bet y'all want to liquidate it, but you can't. There's no reason to buy such an example on the island without any established sightseeing routes. They are really shit talking them. It's costing a lot of money. Like, you can't just pretend it keeps growing. God damn. What it cost me, son? No, maybe I forget. I see, son. You heard you might be lucky if that's right with me. Well, this forward-looking investment. I have no choice but to admit my prediction was a mistake and it's up to show I'm several liability. Sometimes I finally caught up with me. I think it was going to lost up to this point. Come on, dude. Just do it. You're getting cooked at the family room. Of the investments I made up to almost on return. That's right. It's like the only way someone like to catch a salmon. Something even bigger than before. Looks like that. What's the budget of how saying none person is booing before now? No, really not to cover your debt. No, one reason was you would expect to like the funding. There's only some small amount you're talking about. Finding this out on a massive hole you dig. If you're trying to say hi, is she saying? I don't know what she's saying. What's something doing? I'm looking at this too. And we discovered that no such backer exists. And I can go maybe I don't know I'm using this food. The possible size about to come. When we looked at the people who considered the outlook of interviews, I had enough investment. We found no candidates. So, let me go down. Is where they got the money from. Ooh, now isn't this intriguing? And you. Oh, weird or not stand. No. Let's go to the one. Okay. Well, there's personal funds. It wasn't no move him down. If I'm we're going to the voting funds. This is embezzlement. A huge crime that can be criminally prosecuted. Um, um, so the white out in the butt. Like somebody don't know. You know that we have it all like it's all over there, right? Yeah, we're training for it. Do you think we're kind of having calling themselves a gas crew? Okay. The you all there to clean that his betrayal family had. Well, let's destroy the show the link. Let's put that once. Now. Get out! Damn! Shape of a crescent moon. No! No! Why does everybody have the crescent moon smile? And each time people have crescent moon smiles, they are gonna cook you. You know, seen here? To whom do you think you're speaking into such tone? Extremely loose system of my husband. As the person in charge of the main family kitchen, I can't overlook any more of this. In charge of the kitchen? Be silent, lonely maid servant! The time was 7 was a few Trinidad. Beat the Charlotte fellow she was showing a second ago. She's now unimaginably aggressive. How foolish. You stand down before Ava of the Hiroshima family. You told me you can't go. Oh god, it's getting serious. Oh fuck, it's getting serious. Oh fuck, it's getting serious. Oh fuck, it's getting serious. No, your purse. Look at you shove yourself in the meal. What's the zip of the wing on your clothes? You're nothing more. I don't want to have successful relationship with my family. Damn! Understand your place to call housemaid. Guys, you don't have to do this. There was 100 names, now she wanted to respond. But her anger was all across shook the world, and none of those words managed to make it through her mouth. Her anger had nowhere to go and became a single hot tear that slowly dripped down. What's wrong? If you had something to say, then please do so. What the fuck, Ava? You are a bully! Brother, all she was trying to do was vouch for her mans. What are you doing? This was not the fight. Well, come on. It was faced with a provocative glaze. However, now she could do nothing but tremble, her clean fist quivering. Like, Quaz quickly broke the powder Greg tension. Nashi, leave your seat. You shouldn't cool your head. What? Nashi was in the fact that her husband had not come to her aid and shifted the focus on her attack. Don't you understand what they're saying about you? These people are basically calling you a traitor to father. They're making light of the fact that that we were the protected glory of the ocean. We've been consistently expending every effort to earn the glory from the father. I'm sorry, but yeah, she vouched for W. They trampled all over underfoot with their hateful rambling. Don't you ever want to fight back? Why? I want to stay up for us because you want. Because but now you gonna tell me to cool my head? It's always me. Even though I have always enjoyed this family's affairs so seriously, you have. Yeah. But she was unable to hide her tears. She flew from the womb in that state. After that, all was in my end that somewhere in the embarrassed mood about the parlor. When suddenly the footsteps grew distant in the silence. I turned, Quash shook off his shoulders slightly. I apologized for my wife. She has always been bad at controlling her emotions. It's even been rough for me. If that's what's been managing your household, you must suffer to no end. Bro, at least put a little respect on you. Giggle, giggle. Ah! Ah! Madam, it's nothing. Leave me be. Now she flew into her room and threw herself onto the bed, lamenting. Those heart-wrenching sobs reached Kamaza in the hallway. Oh, Madam Nashi. There was a deep enmity between her and Ava Summer. Explaining the relationship would be very trying for me as a woman. Shumi only holds blood to high regard. Even if the woman marries and leaves the family, they are normally removed from the family's register. That's another normal thing is Ava Shoma should have been removed when she married Hashi. Bro, they just kind of power drive though. They're like, damn. Yeah, I haven't dealt with this attitude for a long time. Damn. However, there's no one who's ever been laying in this matter. The madam certainly bears no guilt. There's nothing to call it under the realm of God. Cross summer and now she's summer when I was with the children for some time. No. This is the male dominated Ushima family. The wife is merely a tool to create a heir. If such a wife cannot fulfill her only duty, she's not even treated as a human. It pains me to remember how Master tortured Madam during that time. That's the reason I got scared and moved on. What the fuck? Wedding between Ava Summon and Hayashi Summon was being discussed. Ava Summon was sly, taking advantage of Madam's inability to get him pregnant. She gains favor of the Master. Okay, Ava is very cutthroat. Dang, this is W manipulation by Ava. There was a vast difference in the hierarchy between Madam who had married Oshima was treated like an outsider and Ava who was related to the family by blood. Her husband took on the Oshima name. Ava's son actually gave birth to the first and to a boy. As far as weaken Madam's position, and can believe and see for yourself. I told Madam if only she got pregnant earlier, Master would have accepted Ava's request to get the Master's name after marriage. Not my no. Over my whims on God's whims, and the stork that delivered Jessica late. Even so, Madam can't allow herself to see to see things this way. She probably can't help but carry bitter tears as a woman and inability to carry out her duties is expected of her wife. Whoa! What the hell? How sad. Her shadows. Oh. Now wait to interest. Once we did, we once again spot that witch's portrait. As far as I was just quite that experience. Like I was unexpectedly drawn to. Well, how to make those you would walk to the spot. Oh, this is the witch Beatrice. One name of the story too. Who doesn't believe? Hmm. Oh. Battle didn't have any faith. What battle event? We're gonna bring a play hanging from below it. Dang! I'm sure about that. I'm gonna build everything. Say, ooh, I love blue. Ooh. What is this? Which bitches? Or stuff as well. I thought that was weird. Who's the other stuff? They did have a portrait with it, those two beautifully in there. It was always built to the long L bath. Okay, but these dudes are fucking crazy, alright? Ava just freaking breaking walls. Ava like W? And you're still terrible because of a way to go about it. This is a long L bath. I was just going on a travel among the other roads. Would jump out on you. Incredible, isn't it? I don't know how that made it. What's up, bro? Oh, well, no. The place where the gold's hidden. Wait, is that the story about the Ushumi family's hidden gold? That was another thing I learned when I was a long time ago. Hold on, out here, is this what Will? I never said anything on the picture on the album. Even amongst the family, there was often a whisper that an indicates the floation action on grandma hidden gold. It should be going to inherited to the gold to the purple flowers of it. I heard them. That's the not so good. Or something like that. How many 10 metric tons of gold bars? I think it's fake though. Still, when you read about an LA, it seems too real. I think I already explained when I was uploading. Let me also mention the Schumann family's legend of gold. My father succeeded the Schumann family after they were destroyed in the Great Kanto earthquake. And by successfully rolling the story seeds after the war, he managed to attempt to negate left. Not much of the story everyone knows, but this is where the strange part begins. Part of it involves grandfather's black magic expression, so its credibility is low. The part of it involves grandfather's magic black exceptions to the credibility of the world. But wait until the end before you make a doubt or make fun of it. How the world grandfather correctly predicted what the future would hold and won a huge grandfather culminating with our store of wealth. God! But there was a mysterious legend about how he gained them. His initial findings. Grandfather came from a branch family that had no connection to the business or financial area. He supposedly started as a nameless person and didn't get anyone's trust. His trust to gather money. When anyone would lend money to someone they didn't trust. My grandfather, who had no reputation at all, matching in his first vast chunk of funds. Once there was a day like having to go at futures. Went on his research academy. I've been being educated in nutrition. One of their sons was all their funds and was called with pictures. Yeah, apparently made a concept where he received fortune honor for his soul. Which he had to find 10 tons of gold. And how this is good was collateral. He had let's call the funds. Which he had manipulated his wealth many times to revive the Odishima family. I think the story was so arrogant that even our parents were told it when they were still children. Like then our parents were so young. He explored this island in all sorts of ways and believed that the gold grandfather might have received him a witch is hidden somewhere. Ever since there was a danger of getting them lost and when they're abandoned floor. I want to begin to say that which was the domain. What was that? This thing. So it is one. Moment the gold's on this one. I don't know, but he assured that he bought his license so he would only have his own. But it seems more really is a guy who tries to kill a place where all of it was hidden rather than try to move it all. The Emperor was made 2 years ago. And since grandfather wrote it itself, the guy doesn't make the legend of gold seem more believable. So-called witches of the he's sleeping somewhere. I mean, over to whoever can solve grandfather's with him. I guess the sounds like grandfather's style or something. Pretty incredible. Well, all the way for a play that's bathing series would sound like a poem or some song with me. It's one of the clever story and village signs of father's black magic hobby. And his contest were truly bad taste. And could develop leaf unit as a bone which I thought might use a hidden gold. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna put a shade air back with everything Steve. Wasn't know he only exists to go without ever talking. Mmm. Somebody just like my dad. I'm gonna write something. You know, he may laugh, but grandfather magic is obsession, but he's still a city of gold. He just sounds good. Well, certainly not a realistic story. At that time, grandfather was still nameless and had no collections. There's no way anyone would just lend him a mass of gold was for free. If such person did actually exist, not be unfaithful, grandfather would call the sponsor a witch. Yeah, but 10 tons, 10 tons. If we cash in that much, how much would it come to? I mean, it have to be a ridiculous amount. He said the total amount of gold mined by Haven for the history is almost 10,000 metric tons at most. Damn! That's one what thousand of all of humanity's attained throughout their history belong to one person. Is just insane. On top of that, this witch supposedly had all the gold collected in one place and was just able to win its grandfather just like that. And I'm talking about any investment. But to be 10 tons is a number that seems pretty fishy. Oh, no one has actually seen it except grandfather, right? Even if we assume that he has some generous leisure and whims of gold, it was closer to 10 kilograms rather than 10 tons. Even 10 kilograms would be a pretty incredible sum, right? Ooh, 10 kilograms of gold is how much? Well, it means now, but we didn't know exactly how huge. Ooh, what the fudge is all this? Oh, Coraline? Oh crap, that's easy no day. I don't know why the movie is disturbing because the movie is basically about setting the kids over obedience through placing your eyes as beads. That could actually be pretty damn scary. Plus, the mom morphs into a monster. Shit, that's scary. What the fuck? What's TF? I just kind of ate that. Wait for oh, happy tree friends. Why is Minecraft mods traumatizing, guys? George Aki folded his arms and tried to remember the murky place of gold. Well, even the value of gold can be affected by the market, and the value of physical gold can change depending on the purity and the trustworthiness of the founder. You also need to pay handling fees to cash it in. However, it doesn't change the fact that if it's precious mineral, some people estimate that the humanity will mine all of the world gold in half a century. And if the gold mining keeps continuing at its current rate, just gassing hastily, I think you can expect the price about 2 million yen per kilogram. Whoa. Just now I just randomly said 10 kilograms since it sounds smaller. But even then, that would be worth 2 million yen, wouldn't it? Ooh. Oh wait, 28 kilograms. Which means if we had mirror chance plate in gold, we can estimate it worth of 50 million yen. That's like, in US dollars, that's like 5 million, isn't it? How much would 10 tons be then? 10 kilograms is 20,000, so you multiply by 10,000, huh? 20 billion yen? The fail? What is 20 billion men actually worth? We can only measure it by our relative pocketbooks. Well, let's just say present wealth time 200 million. You work out like crazy, sacrifice your life for a company. Like, everything including your time about 200 million. Well, the amount of money that would be made through a human's life. No, you could even call it a value of a life. Is 100 times the sun is unbelievable amount of money. If you work from the age of 20 and 60, that's 40 years of work. That's equal to 4,000 years of work wages. If you worked every day starting from Jabon period, you'd only reach that number about now. 20 billion yen is a lot. Heck yeah, it's a lot. Well, you love shortcake, right? You can buy some more shortcake than you can possibly eat for your life.